It is amazing how quickly the NFL has taken Isaiah Wilson from the let's give him a second, third, fourth opportunity to the column of no return. And that is where the offensive tackle finds himself now. Now out of the league within 10 months of being drafted in the first round and out of his second NFL organization in 3 days after the Miami Dolphins acquired him in a trade where they were handed him Isaiah Wilson just to get him out of Nashville and off the roster in exchange for seventh-round picks, where the Titans get the Dolphins' seventh round this year. The Dolphins will get the Titans' seventh-round pick next year for the 3-day swap of events there. Isaiah Wilson, for the amount of people, guys, that have clamored and jumped to his defense saying, here's a player who just needs help, and Stop ripping on him because he needs help. You can do both. Yes, he needs help. He can go get help and be out of the NFL. The fact that the Titans waited as long as they did to bolt him from the roster is insulting. And the fact that John Robinson drafted this guy, think about that.
In the first round.
Less than a year ago.
In the first round.
John Robinson drafted the guy.
Shame.
And now he's continually putting himself on video.
Vaping.
The most recent one, I think it was probably the same day, he's discussing those on social media, calling him lazy because it's in his Twitter handle, and and how that he has been working out since he was 14 years old. Have fun doing that at the local Y.
Doesn't look like it when his shirt's off.
Yeah, have fun doing that at the local Y, because it's embarrassing what he's done.
Look, all he had to do, they didn't ask much of him. Show up on time for what? He was late for his physical. He was late for a meeting, and then he pledged to show up for a couple of workouts that they had set up for him. He didn't show up on those. Look, if you can't be on time in the NFL, you're doomed. They're not making special rules for a guy in his
NFL
circumstance.
and most respectable businesses in America. But yes, continue.
Yeah, so just show up.
Showing up on time is a prereq for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And certainly for your second chance after you were completely out from your first chance for botching everything, for doing drunken donuts on a major thoroughfare, for threatening to jump off a balcony rather than get caught smoking pot at a party going on during COVID where you weren't supposed to be at a Tennessee State University dorm, on and on. Wrecked his car a couple times. Probably
we still
more
don't
than
know
we
what he did. We still don't know what he did for the suspension after the Indianapolis Colts game where he played in 4 snaps.
Yeah. I think it was just a general accumulation of...
No, he did. Why did he play? Why did he play in that game then?
Why did he play?
Why did he play if they were going to suspend him after the game? Like something happened on that trip for him to be suspended the week after for 1 week.
Yeah, don't know. And then, the non-football illness. He definitely has mental problems that somebody needs to deal with. Nobody's able to get through to him. Here's the one last thing I could see happening with Isaiah Wilson is he disappears now. Though he's not going to disappear because there's going to be this social media presence which he can't stop himself from being involved in. But if anybody wise ever gets to him, which is not going to happen in short order, he disappears like from the social media scene and everything. We don't hear anything of him or about him for 18 months or 2 years. And then somebody conceivably, if he's been gotten to, if he's on medication and comes to his senses, he quietly emerges as a training camp body for somebody and gets one real last chance where his agent convinces somebody that he now is regulated and ready to be a responsible citizen, where he's one of 90 players in camp, maybe the 90th player in camp, and somebody says, well, if this guy has it together, he has an NFL body if we can reshape him, and maybe he winds up on our practice squad. We beat him up for a year, and then if you could turn him into something, you'd be really potentially getting something. Is there any reason to hope for that at this stage? Absolutely not. But that's the only road I could see is he goes away now for a good share of time.